Good morning, welcome to CATEX TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Monday, May 6, 2013. Well, a couple of times this weekend, Israel struck at sites within Syria. Apparently, Israeli jets flying over Lebanese airspace targeted a warehouse near the Syrian capital Damascus 2 times, once on Friday and again on Saturday afternoon. Contained within the warehouse were apparently Iranian-made Fateh 110 missiles, which are surface-to-surface missiles which have a 200-mile range and precision guidance systems. They are on their way to Hezbollah in southern Lebanon. Hezbollah, of course, on several occasions over the past years, including a hot war with Israel, uses those missiles and fires them into Israel. The Israelis say that this was a strike against Hezbollah and not against the Syrian regime of President Assad. To indicate that things are back to normal, the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, after a cabinet meeting yesterday morning, departed on a scheduled 5-day trip to China, where he has arrived. So hopefully the Syrians are not going to respond. And from what they're saying now, they're declaring that it was in fact an outright declaration of war, but there seems to be no preparations for any response. As an Israeli source said, the Syrian regime is completely preoccupied at this time with survival, and they have no interest in opening a new front against Israel. Meanwhile, about 80 miles east of Chicago, a nuclear power plant in southwestern Michigan was shut down, taken off the grid yesterday. The Palisades nuclear power plant was removed from service because of a repeat water leak from a tank that caused seepage into the control room last year. Operators took the plant offline Sunday morning for repairs to the safety injection refueling water tank. No reports of any untoward incidents or damage or release of any contaminant. The plant is owned by Entergy Corporation. The chairman of Lloyd's, John Nelson, who has been in that position now for about 7 months, made an inaugural speech in New York City over the weekend. He warned managing agents to tread carefully to ensure the expertise and diversity that makes the Lloyd's market unique are not unintentionally compromised by new, quote, blind underwriting deals. He says that this blind underwriting, if it proliferates, will damage the underwriting pool of expertise. He said we must be careful in our industry to watch out for unintended consequences. Nelson's comments were seen as a very thinly veiled critique of the recent Aon Berkshire Hathaway quota share deal. Came with warnings that such deals do not serve clients' interests. Of course, in that deal, Berkshire Hathaway is in fact engaging in so-called blind underwriting. Lloyd's market players have already voiced considerable concern about the Berkshire-Aon quota share deal. The tie-up, Aon insists, will bring the kind of benefits usually available only to the reinsurance markets directly to the broker's retail clients. In a letter to managing agents, chief executives, Nelson said that Greg Case, the Aon CEO, had listened to Lloyd's concerns, although Aon responded by saying that it had received strong support for the venture, so it's plain that they're going to go ahead with it. The big wildfire in California that was threatening Los Angeles seems to be just about under control, mainly because of a change in the weather. The hot Santa Ana winds abated yesterday, and cool, damp air began to come in from the Pacific. The fire is now 60% contained. Firefighters expect to have it completely under containment later today. The fire had threatened some 4,000 homes. Meanwhile, on Saturday morning, a train derailment occurred in Belgium near the city of Ghent, killing 2 people and injuring 14 others. The train was carrying chemicals. Apparently 300 people were forced to evacuate from their homes. The incident occurred about 2 a.m. Saturday morning between the towns of Schellebel and Wetteren. The 13-car train derailed, 6 of them caught on fire, prompting a series of explosions in the railway cars. Then a spectacular strip of fire spread over hundreds of meters, prompting authorities to evacuate the area. Firefighters decided to let the fire burn out in a controlled manner. The train came from Holland and was bound for Ghent-Zeehaven, the city's seaport in Ghent. There was another earthquake near Iran's main nuclear reactor at Bushehr this morning. There were no reports of any damage or injuries. This was a 5.1. Last month, a similar quake of about a 5.5 killed 37 people in this same area and prompted residents and authorities to call for more government oversight of the reactor. Here's tough news if you're in Texas, West Texas, specifically the town of West Texas. That fertilizer plant that exploded last month in that city had only $1 million in liability insurance coverage. This is according to the lawyer representing Adair Grain, which owned the West fertilizer plant. The attorney said that Adair did not have excess insurance coverage. The Insurance Council of Texas estimates that the blast cost more than $100 million in damages. It killed 14 people, destroyed many homes and businesses around the plant site. Investigators still don't know what caused the explosion. If I were Adair Grain, which owns the plant, I'd be getting ready. There's going to be a lot of lawsuits, and if the insurance coverage can't pay for it, Adair is going to have to, I would suspect, depending upon how their corporate charter is set up. That's the news for today. This is a holiday in Great Britain. We'll see you tomorrow, and thank you for watching.